All right, family. You live. You rocking with the general. You already know we got that fire today. We're gonna be talking about the 10 most critical checkpoints on the planet. You on this military geography with the general. We touching on the sacred science of our people. Glad you're here. Before we get started, make sure you get over there to Patreon. Matter of fact, do I got it in here? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Let me get it on in here right quick. Let me get it on in here right quick. Let me get it on. I don't know why I ain't got it in here, but I'm about to get it in here right now. Let me get it in here right now. There you go. Didn't take me long. Didn't take me long. Get over there to Patreon. All you had to do is click that link right at the top. Let me get this one in here. Got the wrong one in there. Ancient Egypt and West Africa connection, continental glory. It is mind blowing. Nobody does it better than the general. I'm gonna show you the sacred sciences, sacred symbols, many hieroglyphs shared with West Africa and the Nile, showing a continental connection, culture all over Africa. Check it out, family. Check it out. It's going to be mind blowing. Over 600 exclusive live stream. Now, we're going to be talking about the 10 most critical checkpoints on the planet. Okay. And we got the map right here. I'm going to add that to the stage. Okay. Let me remove the other one. Let me remove the other one. See, we got to get out of the liquor store news. And you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, the gas station politics. We got to go international with our stuff. Now, we're going to be talking about number one. Today, what you're looking at over there in the Persian Gulf, the Strait of Hormuz, and you can see it all the way at the top over there, is the most important oil checkpoint in the world. So it's dependent, number one, it depends on particularly what is the number one commodity on the planet today, since everything is machinery, industrial. You know, a lot of things move. One of the number one commodities is oil. You see, and because of that, the Strait of Hormuz is the most important oil checkpoint in the world. Roughly a fifth of global petroleum passes through here from the Persian Gulf. Nearly a fifth of global petroleum. Then again, I brought up to you the other day the Strait of Malacca. You see, all the way over. Matter of fact, I know y'all got the comments in there, but let me take them out of there for a minute. Yeah, so you can see. The Strait of Malacca is all the way to the right, and that really is the link between the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Okay, it's very critical for all other nations on the east of the Indian Ocean, including China, Japan, the Koreas. You see, South and North Korea, all that. And not only it goes, you got one that go north, and then it also goes south down through Australia. You see, so it's very critical. It's most definitely critical. And so the Strait of Malacca is actually number two. Okay. Why am I showing you these things? Because if you talking international, if you ain't international, if you ain't talking this, even if you're on the stock market, you can't be on the stock market if you don't know this. Geography, this is military geography, economic geography. If you don't know this, you don't know shit. Real talk. You liquor store, you liquor store politics. You understand? Gas station news. We got to grow up out of that. No, we got to grow up out of that. And so You can enjoy your drink and get you a drink. Rahman, go on get you one, bro. You can turn up and get you a cold one right quick. You see? So Suez Canal. Now the Suez Canal is right there between Egypt. Well, it's right in Egypt. It's between mainland Egypt and the Suez Canal, which is still Egypt. But see, the Suez Canal is a man-made shortcut connecting the Mediterranean and Red Seas. You see? So that's very critical because a lot of people come out of the Persian, out of the Strait of Hormuz, come from the Persian Gulf, and then they come bust that left. You feel me? Well, if you coming, it will be a right. If you coming from, if you face, you facing south, you'll be busting a right. You see, you'll be busting a right, and you'll come up into the Red Sea. But we're gonna also talk about uh 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 Bob L. Madeb. We're gonna talk about that one too, which is very critical. It's very critical because that's where Yemen is located. So that's very critical because they trying to shut both of them down. You see, so when Iran get into it, uh, they usually get into it with somebody. They get the Houthis down in Yemen to act up, and they could cut Bob El Madab down, and so you can't get nothing moving. You can't get nothing moving, especially if you're coming from the east. Now, if you in Africa or you in at least Saudi Arabia, you can at least get through there. But if you have to come from out of the Persian Gulf or any, but we'll come to that. But the Suez Canal is the third most important, and because it connects the Mediterranean with the Red Sea. Now, if you can't get up through there, you got to sail all the way around Africa. Period. If you can't get past Bob El Madab, if you can't get past that one, or you can't get through the Suez Canal, you got to be able to get through both of them. You got to you got to be able to get through both of them, because if you can't get through there, you got to sail all the way around Africa. So for the European, that's backbreaking. Imagine having to sail all the way around Africa and back into the Mediterranean to bring it to somewhere like Italy. Or, man, that's a long way. Especially if it's the shit coming from China or something. Ooh, boy, that's a long way. So you see how critical these checkpoints is, man. They're very critical. So the third is Sue, and the fourth is Bob L. Manab links the Red Sea to the Indian Ocean, essential for traffic heading to or from the Suez Canal or coming up out of the Persian Gulf. Okay, so I mean, those three right there is interconnected. The Strait of Hormuz, but as long as Bob El Manab and the Suez, you can still get something up through there. So Oman, which is up under Saudi Arabia, they can get something out of there over there. It's a couple of countries over there that can get something out. They got a way of getting. They don't have to go through the Strait of Hormuz. Some of them do. You see, some of them do. So those three, Strait of Hormuz, Suez Canal, and Bob El Manab, those three are very critical for any type of, movement from out of the Persian Gulf, oil, especially for Europeans or even going to the Americas, because they still gonna take that same route. And that's very critical. The Strait of Malacca is very critical because if you shut that down, man, you shutting down China, you shut down Japan, the Koreas, you shutting that down. So that's number two, way over there. That's number two. That's very critical. because China got a lot of exports too, which may and so that's the way that it go. You see what I'm saying? I believe so. I don't know for America. I don't know if they come straight across the Pacific. You know what I'm saying? But for everybody else, they gonna go through the Strait of Malacca. Now, number 5 is the Panama Canal. You see, connects the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans. Connects the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean. So I believe China comes in there, and that's why China tried to get his hands on the Panama Canal. But United States went down there and bullied them and got all kind of treaties and contracts on the Panama Canal. Now, that's number 5. Number 6 is the Turkish Straits. Now that's up there on the Baltic Sea. Okay, that's when you if you coming out of Egypt, you cut up on into right around Turkey. If you look all the way up there and you see that black arrow all the way, not all the way at the top, but right where you see the one that says the Suez Canal, if you see the one right above the Suez, it ends over there at the Black Sea. And so that over there is very important. The Turkish Straits, a pair of narrow passages connecting the Black Sea to the Mediterranean Sea, key for Russian and Eastern European exports. Okay, so we don't necessarily, that's for them up there. We don't necessarily, but it's still important. And then you got the Strait of Dover. The Strait of Dover, one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world, linking the North Sea with the Atlantic. Now the Dover, I believe that's over there, the North Sea. So I believe that's right up there near Canada. You see, I believe that's Canada. Up in that area. And then you got the Cape of Good Hope, number 9, which is at the bottom of Africa. You see, somebody get down there like on between Madagascar on Mozambique, and they shut that down. If they shut that, you can shut all damn global trade down. If you shut down Bob El Manab, you ain't got shit. You gonna have to go all the way across the damn Pacific Ocean if you can get through there. It would if you control the majority of these choke points right here, you control the world. You control the world. Period. As you know it today. And the last is the Bering Strait, and that's up there between Russia and the United States. Increasingly important as Arctic ice melts and new shipping routes open. So, that Arctic up there, you know what I'm saying? It's very critical up there now. And a lot of people don't know, but they up there, a lot of nations is trying to get some stake up there in that Arctic circle. So, we'll stay on these so that you can understand that this is it. If you out there and you ain't talking about this, you ain't talking. Y'all niggas wasting time. Y'all niggas got liquor store politics, and we got to develop past that. You see what I'm saying? Most people, if you own the stock market, you got to know this shit right here. You got to know this, because if you all got money on and any of that shit clog up, you gonna lose money. You could gain money depending on if these checkpoints are available. You see, and open and accessible. If they're not accessible, it could shut a whole lot of stuff down. Make sure you get over there to Patreon, family. We got a lot of powerful. Let me get that one out there. We got a lot of powerful presentations, videos, over 600. We're highlighting ancient Egypt and West African connection, continental glory. I'll get right black with you. Hit the like button, share with your family and friends, comment, family, and I'll be right black. Black power.